Welcome to the Trophy Wife's Guide to Life, where I teach you how to attract, secure, and thrive in relationships with high-value men. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because we have so many exciting videos coming up, like the subtle signals high-value men give when they're ready for commitment and how to avoid the biggest mistakes women make when dating wealthy men. Plus, if you haven't already, check out our 3-part video course on how to secure a high-value man. It's packed with actionable tips that will transform your dating life. Now let's dive into the 5 sugar daddies to avoid if you want to become a trophy wife. Sugar daddy number 1, the gift overload guy. First up, we have the gift overload guy. At first, this type seems like a dream come true. He's constantly showering you with gifts, whether it's designer bags, jewelry, or luxurious getaways. But here's the red flag. For men like this, gifts become a substitute for genuine, emotional investment. They might think they can buy your affection or distract you from the fact that they're not offering anything deeper. While gifts are great, trophy wives know that a relationship built on material goods alone is shallow. This type of sugar daddy often uses presents to mask his inability to form a real connection, and in the long run, you'll find yourself feeling emotionally starved. If he's relying on gifts to keep you interested, he's probably not interested in building a future together. In a future video, we'll cover how to identify when material generosity is just a cover for emotional unavailability, so stay tuned for that. Sugar daddy number 2, the perpetual vacationer. Next on the list is the perpetual vacationer, the man who lives for luxury getaways and international adventures but has no real roots. He might whisk you away to glamorous destinations, but this type of sugar daddy often has no intention of building anything serious beyond the next trip. He's living a transient lifestyle, more focused on enjoying the moment than settling down with a long-term partner. The problem with the perpetual vacationer is that while the trips are fun, you'll never truly be able to build a life with him. He's always on the go, never thinking about the future, and he's likely not someone who's going to stick around when the relationship starts requiring real commitment. If your goal is to become a trophy wife, you need stability, not just endless vacations. In an upcoming video, we'll discuss how to recognize when a wealthy man is focused on the present rather than building a future, so make sure you're subscribed. Sugar daddy number 3, the emotionally unavailable provider. The emotionally unavailable provider is someone who seems to have it all: success, generosity, and charm, but he's incapable of forming deep emotional connections. He'll provide for you financially, but he won't be there for you emotionally when you need him. These men often use their wealth as a way to avoid vulnerability. And while the financial security might seem appealing at first, it won't be enough to build a lasting relationship. Trophy wives understand that emotional availability is just as important as financial security. A man who's distant or unwilling to connect on a deeper level will leave you feeling unfulfilled, no matter how much he provides. If he can't be present for you emotionally, it's time to move on. In an upcoming video, we'll explore how to handle emotionally unavailable men and spot the early signs, so stay tuned for that. Sugar daddy number 4, the opportunist. Now, this is where things get tricky. The opportunist. This type of sugar daddy looks wealthy, successful, and generous on the surface, but he's actually more interested in using you to boost his own social status or ego. He'll bring you to high-end events, show you off to his friends, and use your beauty and presence to make himself look better. But deep down, he's not looking for a true partnership. He's just looking for someone to enhance his own image. The problem with opportunists is that they treat you as an accessory rather than a future wife. Trophy wives know the difference between being valued as an equal and being used for status. These men are often narcissistic and will discard you the moment you no longer serve their interests. We'll discuss how to recognize when a man is using you to boost his own ego in an upcoming video, so don't miss that. Sugar daddy number 5, the financially reckless pretender. Finally, we have the financially reckless pretender, the sugar daddy who's living a high-rolling lifestyle but isn't actually as financially stable as he seems. He's constantly spending money on extravagant dinners, cars, and trips, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that he's racking up debt or living way beyond his means. These men can seem appealing at first because they project an image of wealth and success, but they don't have the stability you need for a lasting partnership. A man who's financially reckless will never be able to provide the kind of long-term security that a trophy wife expects. Eventually, the facade will crumble, and you'll be left dealing with the consequences. Trophy wives avoid men who are living beyond their means because they know that real wealth is about sustainability, not just appearances. In an upcoming video, we'll talk about how to spot the signs of financial instability in a high-value man, so stay tuned. Pay attention to the details. Does he give vague or contradictory information about his job, his background, or his lifestyle? A genuine wealthy man will have a consistent story that makes sense. He'll be able to provide details about his career, his business ventures, and his accomplishments without hesitation. Scammers, on the other hand, might struggle to keep their lies straight, especially if you ask specific follow-up questions. Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper if something doesn't quite add up. If his story changes frequently, or if he avoids giving you straight answers, that's a major red flag. Red flag number 1, financial control and manipulation. One of the biggest red flags when dating wealthy men is financial control or manipulation. Some men use their wealth as a way to exert control over their partners, whether it's through withholding money, dictating how you spend, or making you feel dependent on their financial support. If a man is constantly flaunting expensive cars, designer clothes, and luxury trips on social media, but his lifestyle doesn't seem to match the depth of a true millionaire's world, that's a red flag. Genuine high-value men are typically more interested in building a lasting legacy, whether through business ventures, philanthropic efforts, or strategic investments. If his social media is all about luxury brands, but there's no talk of meaningful ventures, it's likely that he's more focused on appearances than on building something substantial. Commitment phobes often leave a trail of broken relationships behind them because they're afraid of vulnerability and long-term responsibility. No matter how wealthy or successful he is, if he's not willing to invest emotionally, he's not worth your time. Type number 6, the narcissist, another red flag that trophy wives never ignore, is the narcissist. This man is charming and self-assured at first, but his world revolves around him, and he needs constant validation. Narcissists are often manipulative and emotionally draining, always looking to put themselves first, even at the expense of their partner. Trophy wives avoid narcissists because they know that healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, empathy, and partnership. Now that you know the 5 types of sugar daddies to avoid, it's time to start being more selective in your dating life. Remember, if your goal is to become a trophy wife, you need to focus on men who are emotionally available, stable, and genuinely interested in building a future. Avoid these red flag sugar daddies, and you'll be one step closer to securing the ring and the luxurious lifestyle you deserve. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out our 3-part video course on how to secure a high-value man. It's packed with tips that will help you build the kind of relationship you deserve. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell because we have even more exciting content coming up. Like how to transition from casual to committed with a wealthy man and the secret ways high-value men test women before proposing. Stick around. Your journey to mastering high-value relationships is just getting started. I'll see you in the next video.